So normally I'll have a script or, an outline of what I want to speak about. But this particular topic I think is so important. I just said, you know what, to hell with it. I'm going to dispense with the script and just speak straight up to you, right off the top. Because a question that I'm receiving frequently from entrepreneurs, and it doesn't matter what industry that you're in. If you're in some type of service industry, even product industry, the question I'm getting is, what should I be doing during the pandemic? And here's the thing. If you're asking that question, this is for you. You should be sprinting with gazelle-like fear and anxiety. That's what you should be doing. This is the bottom line. It is during economic and societal upheavals where the millionaires are made. It's during this period where people get ahead. It's during this period where people crush it, right? Overnight success stories. And we know there's no such thing as overnight success stories, right? It's people who toiled in the dark, who had unabashed passion, unreasonable work ethic, believed they could do something big that made huge strides. But you know what? On the flip side, it's during the time when people get crushed. It's during the time when people get left behind. And when I say left behind, I mean annihilated in the marketplace. I'm talking to you, the entrepreneurs. So I know you hear all this nonsense in this BS.com about pampering yourself. You hear all this information about self-care and manicuring your nails and clipping your toes and all that other fun stuff. And I'm here to tell you, no, that's not what you should be doing, right? What you should be doing right now is running as if a lion is literally clawing at your heels. You should be sprinting, going hard. You can take a break, quite frankly, when the pandemic and the quarantine ends because you've grabbed up so much market share. You've made so many strides while other people had their heads in the sand that you can ride the momentum. You need to be creating momentum right now, right? I had someone give me a call the other day who shall remain nameless, who works in the service industry. Let's just say financial services, but I think this is applicable whether you're in real estate, whether you're in graphic design. If you're in any type of service industry, this is applicable. This is for you. Like a couple things you should be doing. First and foremost, you should be following up with every single one of your clients, every single individual that you've touched and had some exposure, whether you've done business with them or not. They don't have to necessarily be a client. They could be a prospect, but someone who is aware of who you are and what you're doing. And you should be surveying these individuals, right? Day and night, finding ways to survey them, finding ways to find out what's top of mind, because the pandemic has changed conditions on the ground. That pandemic has changed people's perspectives, what they were willing to spend money on before and what they weren't willing to spend money on. It's changed their needs in many respects. People's eyes have been open to the fact that there's some things they should have been doing. Skinny periods will do that for you. It'll bring clarity to you. And you need to find out exactly what individuals desire right now. Survey them. Find out what's top of mind. What's most important to you right now in terms of your business. How can I be of service to you? You're not going with your hand out. You're basically asking people, you're saying, look, I need your help. I need to know what's important to you right now. That's number one. Number two, for those individuals who have acquired a service, who have acquired a product, a customer client of yours, you should be asking them, look, and you should just be honest and you should be vulnerable. And you should ask them on a scale of 1 through 5, how would you rate how I serviced you? Right? How would you rate my service? And if they say 1 through 2 or 1 through 3, how can I make it right? What can I do to make things better? How can I be of service to you? Right? The second thing, if they say 4 or 5, same question, but you should follow it up with, who else do you know that could have benefited from how I served you? Who else do you know right now who needs help? Who could just benefit from the education of knowing that services that I provide exist? You're not asking individuals, who do you know who will buy? No one can make kitchen table decisions for anyone, right? You're asking people, who do you know who will be better off just by being duly informed about the services, products, or wares that I provide? That's the first set of questions you should be asking individuals right now if you're going to scale and grow in this current environment. The next question you should be asking is, look, who else do you know that are business owners? Who else? What are the other entrepreneurs that you have some familiarity with? A question that I like to ask individuals that gets a chuckle 90% of the time is, who's the best salesperson you know? Right? Who's the best salesperson you know? That's a question I ask all the time. Right? The bottom line is, now's the time to be partnering. Now's the time to be creating affinity partnerships and relationships. Now is the time to be developing relationships with people who may have access, people who may have a skill set, people who may have resources that you don't necessarily have readily available to you personally. So you need to be building relationships right now. Also, if you're B2B, you should be asking that question because look, there are business owners who are spending money. Don't get it twisted. Money does not disappear in our economy. It just changes hands. And so just like there are business owners right now who are suffering doors shuttered, there are other businesses right now who are open for business and doing exceptionally well. Doing exceptionally well. So don't get it twisted that you should have your head in the sand and there's no business to be done out there. No, there's plenty of business to be done. You just need to find out whose doors are open and whose doors are closed and focus your attention on the places where the doors are open. So don't put your head in the sand. Ask the question, who are the entrepreneurs? Who are the business owners that you know of right now? Right? Get that question answered and immediately reach out to those individuals. You need to be doubling down. Once again, I can't reiterate this enough. I'm so sick and tired of seeing these articles and these fluffy posts online talking about pampering yourself and taking time to read leisurely and clip your toenails and give yourself a spa day. No, now is the time to be crushing it. If you don't crush it when the pandemic ends, particularly when the quarantine ends, there are people who already have a head start on you. There are people who already have capital available to them, and they're going to spend that capital, and they're going to have a head start on you. So if you're asking that question and you already aren't enjoying the success that you wanted to enjoy before the pandemic, you're going to be in a world of hurt afterwards if you don't step on the pedal right now, right? Got to do it. The last question you should be asking is, particularly if you're in a situation where you need to scale, where you need to grow, where you need talent to achieve your goals, is who do you know right now who's looking to earn an extra $1,500? Someone who's self-motivated, someone who's entrepreneurial, someone who, quite frankly, might even be looking to get after six-figure income. They're looking to transition. They're not happy with their jobs. Weren't happy with the job before the pandemic, aren't going to be happy afterwards. Who do you know who has communication skills, who's comfortable dealing in B2B environments, working with other business owners and entrepreneurs? Why should you be asking that question? Because there's record unemployment. Record unemployment. Individuals are underemployed. They were already underemployed before the pandemic. Now it's even worse. Or they're unemployed. Or quite frankly, when they come out the pandemic, when they come out the quarantine, the job that was sitting there waiting for them, that they thought was sitting there waiting for them, that's gone. It's a wrap. Majority of those jobs are still going to be gone, even if the business is open today, because of what's transpiring on the ground. They're expending their resources. The business more than likely won't be around. Now, I'm not talking about local micro business. I'm talking about large companies are going to go belly up. There's going to be bankruptcies and massive layoffs coming. Believe it, right? So you need to be asking that question right now. You recruit the talent before you need it. Take inventory and follow up with these individuals, because there are going to be a lot of highly skilled professionals, a lot of entrepreneurs who, quite frankly, their businesses suffer and went under. And that talent is going to be there, and it's a race for talent, you all. So you need to be asking that question. You need to be asking, right? Especially given these circumstances where people are sitting at home right now, their hands underneath their behinds, and they're stressed and they're nervous and they're looking. Individuals who, quite frankly, thought they were high on the hog and thought that, job security was a real thing. And of course, we've all learned if you still believe in job security today, you might as well believe in the tooth fairy. It's an oxymoron. These individuals have finally come to that realization, and you have a lot of talent out there right now that's going to be available to you to go say hello, introduce your business, and ask whether or not they'd be willing to participate. So just off the top, these are the things that I've been thinking about first and foremost when I'm receiving this question of what should I be doing right now. Once again, sprint, run hard, take your break, build some momentum after the quarantine ends. But right now, you should be sprinting hard as you possibly can while people are asleep. This is the time. The time is now.